All right, Shalom, call all Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai Bahashim Rakakwadash. Double honors unto my elders and apostles of Great Millstone, which are the men that rule well, men who taught us his truth. Peace, blessings, and salutations, as always, to the elect. And Lord willing, the title of this lesson will be "We are set to be examples for the flock." And just making a video for you younger brothers in the faith, because I myself am a young brother in the camp. But for the even younger Akim that's just coming up in the spirit, you might be on the outside, because different brothers, we all got different upbringings and are different people, but we're still a part of the body, and what's important is that, you don't come in with the mentality of, I'm here to be a super duper prophet of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Like, you can't think like that. You're here to be an example for the next man that's going to come up under you, for the next wave of brothers. I'll never forget when one of the brothers, Salakia, one of the older brothers, all right, one of the elders here in the DC camp, all right, at one point, the brother Pashai, all right, from the Baltimore, got his camp in Baltimore now, but nonetheless, I'll never forget what he said in the video, years ago, man. Like, I think the video might be 7 years old now, but I remember seeing it a few years back when I was first coming into the camp, and he said, who are the brothers on the outside going to be looking up to? The brother that's holding post right now. They're going to be looking up to you, essentially, is what he was saying. It was just what he said, right? And when I first saw it, I was like, I'm the brother holding post right now. I'm like, ain't nobody going to be looking up to me. I'm holding posts, holding signs, and I read every once in a while. Sometimes I speak. I ain't nobody, special, which is the mentality you want to have. You don't want to think you just, something special like that. Of course, we're all special, but we ain't that special, to be upping yourself and pride and puffing yourself up, But, what he said was true, because there's brothers who come up to you that are coming up in spirit, and, who the elders are to you, all right, the brothers that are right over you that you was looking up to coming up. Now you're that brother to somebody. You're an example to somebody now. All right, because it hit me, younger brothers, like, yeah, bro, I be watching your lessons. I be listening to you. I learned a lot from you. They say things like that. And it's because it's true. You have to be an example, because you brothers that are on the outside of camps or just holding posts, you ain't even gotten a chance to read yet. There's going to be a brother looking up to you one day. A young brother in the faith that's going to be looking up to you. You need to be a leader. That's why I got some scriptures out. All right, just real quick, man, through the Spirit. 1 Peter 5:1. The elders which are among you I exhort, who am also an elder, and a witness of the sufferings of Yahushua, and also a partaker of the glory that shall be revealed. And we hope to be also a partaker of that glory, man. That's what we're here for. We're here for deliverance. We ain't here to just wear garments and, be out in the cold for no reason. We're here to receive salvation, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with wanting glory and righteousness, right? It says, feed the flock, which is love when you go into it, right? What did Yahushua ask Peter? Which Peter wrote this epistle, right? He said, lovest thou me? Feed my sheep. Feed the flock of the Most High, which is among you, taking the oversight thereof, not by constraint, but willingly, not for filthy lucre, but of a ready mind. Right? Feed the flock which is among you, man. Feed those young brothers, but essentially, you don't have to overthink it. Just do the work. But, don't go overboard. You don't got to be a super duper soldier. You just do the work, man. Keep it simple. The young brothers don't need the meat. You could do videos on not getting a lineup, and it's going to edify. A lot of brothers overlook those simple things, Hey, I myself, I gotta go back to those little basics that I learned coming up in the spirit. Because I'll tell you right now, man, the brothers that were once just, brothers that were 5 years into the, brothers from the 07 era, hey, them brothers has been putting in work. Them brothers got years under their belt, and they did very well in edifying us, man. I can boldly say that. All them, the brothers from the, brothers like when the elder Yashawamba, Now we call him Elder Yashawan, but when he came up, when that wave of brothers came up, they did really well in teaching us the basics and the meat. They're teaching the meat now, obviously, but they did very well in feeding the flock of the Most High. We ought to take those men for examples to us, and then we be like them, emulate them in righteousness. It says, neither as being lords over God's heritage, but being examples to the flock. Yeah, don't be. Let me read that in the NLT just to simplify it. What was that 1 Peter 5? If I'm not mistaken, yeah, 1 Peter 5. And 2. Care for the flock that the Most High has entrusted unto you. Wow, that's heavy, man. The Most High has trusted you with a flock. And of course, this is definitely a good scripture for the heads of camps. But even you younger brothers that have listeners, if you're a young brother if you're a brother that's 2 years in and you have over 100 subs, you got to be careful. You got to watch what you say. Make sure you're breaking things down right and you ain't saying the wrong thing. It says, watch over it willingly, not grudgingly. Not for what you will get out of it, but because you are eager to serve the Most High. That's very important right there, man. Do it because it's the right thing to do, essentially. Don't just do it just for the glory. Don't do it to look cool. Not just because, you want a million wives, you know what I mean? Do it because you're eager to serve Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man. It says, don't lord over the people as the Salakia. Don't lord it over the people assigned to your care, but lead them by your own good example. Right? Don't be don't be rough and tough like that. You know what I mean? Well, to an extent we have to be, but nonetheless, don't lord over it. Don't lord over the people assigned to your care, but lead them by your own good example. Right? Be a good leader. Be the best you can be, and they'll follow that. Us Israelites, we're very impressionable people, man. We copy ourselves all the time. We copy people all the time, other Israelites, But be examples to the flock. That's why I titled it that. That's what, verse 3. In samples is examples, right? It just means example. But yeah, be an example to the young, you young brothers. Be example to the brothers that's going to come up after you. Because guess what? They're going to come too. The young brothers here in the DC church, man. You got young brothers on the outside looking up to you. You might just be holding posts and reading, haven't gotten a chance to speak much yet, but nonetheless, someone's gonna be looking up to you one day. All right, so be a better Israelite, and that goes for me too. I got brothers that look up to me too. All right, Proverbs 27:23. Be thou diligent to know the state of thy flocks, and look well to thy herds. Now, of course, this you apply it in the spirit. Who are the flocks? The flock that the Lord entrusted unto you. Those sincere believers. Because it ain't just young brothers coming up. It's also, brothers that believe that ain't going to come out. Sisters that believe because they exist. They out there. There's actually plenty of them, believe it or not, that believe. Plenty of women out there that have faith. Plenty of men out there that have faith. Plenty of young men, young women that have faith, man. And you have to be examples unto them. Okay? It says, yeah, so be diligent, man, to know the state of thy flocks. Just do the work, man. That's the best way to be diligent. You ain't got to, look for all the numbers and be like, hey, yo, you been eating? Like, nah, just do the work. Exhort, make a good. Another thing to keep in mind, don't just do a certain type of videos. Of course not. I'm not going to tell you what to do, but make a good mixture of videos, exhortations, breakdowns, the easy stuff, the digestible things for the young believers. Because the sincere believers ain't coming up looking to learn the whole book of Daniels, man. That's stuff we break down amongst ourselves. Obviously, we do it for other people because there's prophecies and those things. But what? We're here to teach them basics first, man. They need to learn the basics first. Galatians 5:22. Now, these are important things. These are attributes. I'm going to read some attributes for you young brothers that are in the camps. You need to have these things. Galatians 5:22. But the fruit of the Spirit is love, which love is the keeping of commandments, doing what the Lord told you to do. Joy, peace, long-suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith, meekness, temperance. Meekness is like being humble. Temperance is having control over yourself. Against such there is no law, right? Obviously joy, peace, and long suffering, gentleness, those things explain themselves. You can go. Matter of fact, if you study, you gotta be studious, brothers. Go up and look up all those words. I'm not gonna do it for the video's sake. I don't want to make this any longer. But these are the attributes we must have as men of the Lord. We're supposed to get them. They're fruits of the Spirit. All right. And what it says, meekness and temperance. You gotta control yourself. Against such there is no law. Right. So we have to embody these things, man. We have to be perfect, not perfect like that, but perfect in faith, and we try to make our works as great as possible, man. All right. So let's continue to be good examples for the flock. Call hello Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Hashem Rakakadash. Double honors to my elders and my apostles of great millstone, which taught us his truth. Peace, blessings, and citations as always unto the elect of Israel. Shalom.